Wait, is Devon Kennard coming back? All right, guys, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, today what I want to specifically talk about is Devon Kennard's cryptic tweet. But before we do that, let's go ahead and dive right into the practice squad that has been set. Now, I believe we have 11 people in the roster. Now, this was a list that came out yesterday, and I wanted to go ahead and give it a little bit of patience to kind of see if they were going to be able to fill it today. But it doesn't seem like that's the case, at least as of right now. The maximum amount of players that we can put on the practice squad for this year is 16, so there has been some, we can add some people on here still. So let's take a look at the current list as of right now. First one, wide receiver Andre Bocelli. We saw him in the first preseason game, score a touchdown, and unfortunately he ended up getting hurt. Second one, wide receiver Victor Bolden Jr., right? Guy comes out of the USFL, had a very good year over there, won the championship, and he is now in the practice squad of the Arizona Cardinals. I do think that he actually made a very good name for himself, especially in preseason, so I'm happy that he came back. Next player is going to be offensive lineman Rashad Coward. We ended up bringing him back as well. Next player is Danny Osudora. I don't really know too much about him, but he did find his way into the practice squad. Now, this next player here will probably make a lot of people happy. It's going to be defensive lineman Manny Jones. A lot of people thought that he had an amazing preseason, especially towards the end of the preseason, right? The last game, the second game, that type of thing. A lot of people were really happy about Manny Jones, maybe with the possibility of making the 53-man roster. It didn't seem to happen. Next player was wide receiver Trey Kirkland. Don't really know him too much. Next player is linebacker Jesse Luketa. Ended up getting him out of the draft. Now, there was some talks about him making the 53-man roster, but as you already know, it gets shaken up so much that a 53-man roster could be set literally in one day. In the next 2 days, it's already completely, moved, because we're still making moves left and right. We're trying to maybe hopefully bring some veterans in. I don't 100% know, but there's going to be some changes happening. Now, another player I want to talk about here, Trey McSorley. He's in our practice squad as well. I'm excited, right? I'm surprised no other team ended up picking him up, but he did find his way into our practice squad. Next player is going to be our international tight end, Bernard Sekovitz, and I'm pretty sure I completely butchered his name, but he did find his way into the practice squad as well. 3 more players to talk about. Next is cornerback Jace Whitaker. Next one is Antoine Woods, defensive lineman. Now, I'm actually pretty bummed out that he didn't make it into the 53-man roster. I really like what he did, especially in his time with the Dallas Cowboys. I do think that he's really good in stopping the run. So it sucks that he didn't make it, but at least he is still with the Cardinals organization. And then the last player is going to be linebacker Chandler Wooten. So, right, a lot of players here, I think on this list, a lot of people were pretty bummed out that they weren't able to make it. But hey, regardless, I still do think it's actually a pretty a good plus that they did find their way into our practice squad. Talk about Devon Kennard's, cryptic tweet that he ended up putting out. He's saying that it was an emotional week for him, but he's not done with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, that kind of leads to speculations, right? Is he coming back? What's going to happen with Devon Kennard? We've already seen some people saying, okay, that's cool. He's either going to, he didn't do very good here, or people are pretty bummed out because of his veteran presence. Now, I don't 100% know exactly what's going on. Personally, I'm only going to give some speculations. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those things that happened with Robert Alford to begin with, where they released him and then they re-signed him. Maybe it might be something like this, or maybe they might put him in the practice squad. Now, there is some exceptions for now veterans being able to be put on the practice squad now, so maybe Devon Kennard is going to find his way in the practice squad. I'm not 100% sure, but those are the two choices there, right? Either released him, got rid of his contract, and going to sign him on a new, maybe friendlier deal, maybe a 1-year deal for Devon Kennard, or he's going to find his way in the practice squad, ladies and gentlemen. So that's kind of what my take is on this whole situation. I want to know if you guys know a little bit more about it. Definitely put everything in the comments below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'm out.